video is sponsored by Comic Book Pressing. Use the code MightyComicsGuy for one free regular price press when submitting 3 books or more. What is going on, YouTube? This is Lawrence, the Mighty Comics Guy, back with another video, and today we are back for Weekend Comic Haul number 19. It's a happy Memorial Day to everybody out there. Just wanted to say thank you to everybody who subscribed to my channel, watching my videos, because there is more good stuff to come, including today's haul. I was able to pick up a bunch of books from one of my LCSs that I have never seen there before. I snatched a bunch up, and I just want to show you guys what I picked up. So let's just jump right into it and show you guys what I got. First book I picked up was Amazing Spider-Man number 201. A nice clean copy of this book with Spider-Man and the Punisher. John Romita cover. Nice pink bullseye around here, which really stands out. I've actually never owned this book before, and I haven't seen it too often around me. So to pick this book, I paid like $5 for it, so I had to snatch it up before anybody else did at the shop. So that was the first one I picked up for this week. The next book I had seen at a few shows by me, and I had contemplated picking it up. Of course, it is Submariner on the Incredible Hulk number 100. Nice clean copy of this book, a white cover. I've seen it a bunch of times in lower grade, and they wanted like 20 something dollars. I picked this book up for $12 at my LCS, and I jumped at it because this is the nicest copy I've seen for the price. So again, I was so happy with what I picked up this week. If anybody has a chance to check out Zap Comics in Wayne, New Jersey, I suggest you do so. They always have some good back issues if that's what you collect, especially Silver Age and Bronze Age stuff. Great books. The next one I picked up just for Reggie Simmons. So Reggie, if you're watching this, it's the Amazing Spider-Man number 110, first appearance of the Gibbon. Another book I've never owned before, but I've seen Reggie pick this one up a few times, and I'm like, for what I spent for it, $12, it was well worth my while to pick this one up. So shout out to you, Reggie. I got that Gibbon. So the next one I've also seen at a few shows in my area in lower grade for more money. But the other day I saw Wolverine number 8. Classic white tuxedo cover for Wolverine and the Hulk. I find this cover absolutely comical and beautiful. I've seen it, like I said, at a local show for over $20. I picked this one up at an LCS for $15, and it's pretty good shape. So you can't go wrong with funny or classic covers like this. Wolverine 8. Glad to finally add it to my collection. So anybody who watches my videos knows I have some really big keys, some first appearances that I hang on the wall and stuff like that. But I also collect, cool covers, books that I believe are fun to read, stuff like that. So I'm not just a key guy. Next one is a book that I have never actually seen out in the wild, but when I saw it at my LCS, I snatched it as fast as I could. It is Where the Monsters Dwell number 6, an early appearance of Groot. I haven't seen too many Groot appearances out there. When I go to cons, I see the first appearance, a bunch. But outside of that, I don't see him in too many books. So when I saw this, I'm like, you know what? Let me grab it. I believe it's the 3rd appearance of Groot. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But a decent copy of this book, probably like a 5.0. But like I said, I don't see this often. So when I saw it for the amount, I picked it up. $15. Next book, I know I showed you guys a while back. It is Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 21. It's when Peter Parker marries Mary Jane Watson. And of course, I showed you this book about a month ago. It's Spider-Man, Mary Jane, the heroes, and the villains. But over the weekend, I was able to pick up its counterpart with Peter Parker on one side, Mary Jane and his family on one side, and vice versa. Finally happy to have both of these in the personal collection. I didn't know that they came out with dual covers of this book. So when I saw this, I snatched it up. I paid $15 for it as well. I think I paid $15 for this one a couple months ago. So I'm glad I have the pair to keep in my personal collection. So again, another book I really, really like. This one seems to be a little bit in better shape. The colors are a little better. So the next book I have been stalking on eBay for the past couple months. It's a dark colored book. An early appearance of the Lizard, Amazing Spider-Man number 44. Something about this cover I absolutely love. The dark on Spider-Man suit, the dark cover, and the appearance of the lizard. The early appearances of the lizard, the covers, the way he's drawn, I am so drawn to it. I think it's absolutely amazing. The only other person I really like the way they draw the lizard is Todd McFarlane. He's very, very detailed, very, very intricate. But these early lizard appearances are some of my favorites. So this book is, again, a mid-grade book, probably like a 3.5 or so. But for what I paid, under $40, I thought it was worth it. I was stalking other copies on eBay for like 50-something dollars, maybe in a little bit better shape, but decided to pick this one up on my LCS only because I don't have to pay for shipping or anything else like that. So finally, happy to pair this with my Amazing Spider-Man number 40, which is that yellow cover lizard. So the next book that I picked up was Avengers number 100, Avengers Assemble. Just a nice, cool Avengers cover, 100th issue, yellow cover, which I happen to love. I've seen this book all over the place for $100, $40, $80. This is a really nice copy. I'd probably call it an 8.0 or higher. I picked it up for $40, which is a steal in my eyes, between the Avengers Assemble and whatnot, the yellow cover. For $40, totally worth the pickup. I've seen this at other LCSs go for almost $100. This is a no-brainer for me. $40, I snagged it. Again, another book I've never seen out in the wild is Submariner and the Incredible Hulk number 70. This is the first when the Submariner and the Hulk start. It went from Giant Man and the Hulk to Submariner and the Hulk at issue number 70. Again, a decent copy of this book, probably around a 4.0, but the way the Submariner is going, it's a really hot book right now. So anything with him in it that's like a first, Iron Man and Submariner number 1, Submariner number 1, Fantastic Four number 4, and of course Submariner and Incredible Hulk number 70, which is the first Submariner and Hulk on that run. So I added the 100, I added the 70. So happy I picked this one up. I would never have guessed this would have been in my LCS in one of the new boxes. So happy I snatched this one up when I could. Next book I picked up, this is the second copy. It's Tales to Astonish number 60. It is the number 1 issue of Giant Man and the Hulk when they start that run. So I actually have this book in a little bit of a higher grade. This is a really low grade, probably around like a 1.0. I paid $12 for it, whereas my other one I paid $50 for. That one is a lot better condition. But this one, 1.0, really fragile book, but again, another first. So when I see first for cheap guys, I always pick them up no matter what. $12, I don't know. I was just talking to somebody on Instagram today about how like these split Tales to Astonish, Strange Tales, Giant Size Ant-Man, and Hulk, Submariner Hulk, they're classic covers in my opinion, these split covers. I love them. So I'm trying to go on this run of collecting all of them, but this is another duplicate I added to the collection for cheap. Another book which I just added as well was Strange Tales number 130. Just a classic Doctor Strange cover. Decent shape, probably 4 or 5.0. A book I haven't seen out in the wild. So when I saw this, I paid $20 for it. I thought it was a nice, clean, attractive looking cover, so I picked it up. Nothing special about this book other than I just like the cover. Thought it might be a nice read. So, Strange Tales number 130. And that leads me to my last book. I was going to show this book on my last weekend comic haul, but I totally forgot that I had picked it up because I'd already had it mounted on the wall and in my comic cases, but I picked it up about a week ago. I have been stalking this book for about a year on eBay, at shows, at my local shows, at my LCSs, and all seemed to be too expensive for what I was willing to pay for this book. So, without further ado, I'm going to show you guys the big pickup for this weekend. It is Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 1. First appearance of the Sinister Six. This one is Kraven, Doc Ock, Sandman, Electro, the Vulture, and of course Mysterio. Now this book is a lower grade copy of this book, although it presents well. I don't see many copies of this book in high grade or any of these large bound books, but this one in particular has a detached, it's not a detached cover and back cover. The whole wrap of the cover, back cover, and spine are all attached to itself, but not attached to the book. I paid just over $200 for this book, which I thought was a really good price considering it is really hot right now. Books that are just higher than this are going for like 400 and change. So I was happy to pick this one up, especially because it presents well. Like, it's a really clean copy of this book. The spine is not facing, me from the cover. It's still on the side, which is a huge deal with these thick books. So I was super, super stoked to add this to my collection. There is some fraying on one corner and such, but other than that, it's a pretty clean copy of this book. Maybe a little dirty. I will send it to my guy, comicbook_pressing, when I do my next CGC submission. But other than that, I am super, super happy to finally add this to my collection, because this book is only going to go up in value, because everybody seems to think that the Sinister Six is going to appear in the MCU sooner rather than later. So that's it for this weekend's comic haul. I want to thank you all you guys for watching. Like I said, I always have some good stuff coming in the mail. Hopefully we can keep that going. I know I have a few books coming next week, so look out for the next probably weekend comic haul number 20. But for now, this is Lawrence the Mighty Comics Guy saying thanks for watching my video, guys, and I will talk to you guys soon.